Hello. What are we doing?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Well, is my mic mic on? Is my
You're
stream
loud
working?
and clear.
Is everybody good?
Clear.
Oh,
We're good, man.
beautiful.
We're good, man.
oh wait, we're live.
We live,
Yes.
baby.
We live, baby.
Oh, okay. Well, all right then. Well, let's get into it then. Fresh off the jet, sharpen intellect, the best you can get. I'm loose as a goose. I'm fly and Beetlejuice. Kaboom! Guess who stepped in the room? It is me, and the rest of them boys. We all out here. Only the rarest. It's only what you're gonna get some good shit today. We feeling good. We got a whole bunch of alpha for you guys. It's gonna be a great show. Got Furrbird the nerd. We got Arflom the Pepe. He's still holding on to Pepe, even though it's sinking like a rock. I don't even understand why the man holding on to it. We got
Diamond
3
hand.
sticks. You know what I'm saying? We got Trey. We got 78 points of articulation, who has just told me he was born all around the world at the same time. He was born in Europe, in Africa at the same time. And 2 years old. He was in Arkansas. And he marched with Martin Luther King. I mean, it's like it's all kind of shit going on with 78. It's good stuff, y'all. But we are here. What's going on, everybody? How we doing?
Chilling, man.
Good.
It's Friday out here.
First day of the NFL, right?
Yeah, and look, I'm in my fantasy football. My teams don't play until Sunday and Monday. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But you know, my projected says I'm going to win my first game, so I'm excited about that. I'm
Your
definitely
fantasy football team, right? Not because you don't have a team, like an actual
I was
team
gonna
that
say,
you root for.
isn't this like individual players?
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Well, you know, I do
Okay.
own a team too. Yeah, I do own a team. Yes, my fantasy football team.
Are you a Texans fan? You are, right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Not. Okay.
And it's crazy because a lot of my friends play on the Texans. I'm not. I'm telling you, sports is not my thing. I really need y'all help. You know what I'm saying? I really need y'all to tell me, like, you know, like I said, I'm the person. If the Super Bowl is happening, y'all watching the game, I'm watching the commercials. I mean, because I just love the marketing that runs on during the Super Bowl or any kind of championship game. You know, it blows my mind the amount of money they spend for 30 seconds during the Super Bowl. So I'm very in tune to that. But I'm excited about this fantasy football. It's my first one because of you guys. Because you know, hey, talking to y'all, hey, you need to stretch out. You need to do some stuff. Hey, all right, so I did it. Here we are. Fantasy football. All right, and supposedly I have the second best team in the league my first time out. So we'll see.
Not bad. First time.
Yeah, picked a bunch of people. I don't know none of them.
Just be careful. Them projections can they'll break your heart.
Yeah.
I was telling them that.
Listen.
That's basically you got ESPN's version of Madden playing in the background.
Right.
So I mean,
well, let me just run some before we get started. Let me just run some of my people, and then y'all can tell me.
How many teams are in your league?
12.
Okay, that makes a difference.
Yeah, 12 teams. So I have Lamar Jackson as my quarterback, Stephon Diggs as a wide receiver, Devontae Adams as a wide receiver, Chris Godwin as a wide receiver, Breece Hall as a running back, Javonte Williams with the Denver Broncos as a running back, Darren Waller, George Pickens. For my kicker, I picked Tyler Bass for the Buffalo Bills because that was just whatever. And I picked Cincinnati for the defense.
Pretty loaded up for a 12-team league.
I did okay?
I think so. If you can stay healthy, you got a chance at making the playoffs. And then that's all. In fantasy football, that's all you want to do is make the playoffs.
I think his objective is to end up with a better record than Vinny. So
absolutely.
I don't think it really matters if you win or not. If you
absolutely. You know, with a better record than Vinny. Vinny pulled me into this, and look, he ain't been here in 2 weeks.
Well, no, all he does is send photos of him with fucking rappers and celebrities and fucking Milan, Paris, all kinds of shit. He literally said, it was funny. He was forget what night it was, whatever the night that hip hop awards were a couple nights ago.
Yeah, BMI.
Yeah, he texted me. He goes, "You won't believe this shit. Ja Rule just came out in a fucking cross." And then like 5 minutes later, he's literally standing next to fucking Wheezy, Lil Wayne, and a whole deal of cheesecake. It was pretty fucking funny. I was like, you gotta fuck that cheesecake up. And he goes, I stole a cookie. But yeah, no, it was pretty interesting to see that.
He don't need to steal no cookies. I'm gonna just put that out there right now. He don't need to steal no cookies. Y'all ain't gotta laugh at it. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. The fool don't need to steal no cookies. He need to steal a carrot. That's what he needs to steal. He don't steal no damn cookie. He needs to steal a carrot. That's all right. You can tell him I said it. Tell him come see me. You don't like me, come fight me. Tell him come see me.
I wonder if he even listens.
What a Vinny.
He ain't listening.
He's in the chat.
Vinny.
Is he?
He's in the chat. No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
Hey, listen. Let me tell you something. I bar none, fade off. I bar none, fade off. Trey ain't the only one that chuck wagon with the beef, baby. I'm grade A Angus, baby. I bring it to your door like Lyft. I'm here.
Like a fucking pizza delivery man. I'm coming to your fucking front door.
Uber. What's up? I'm here. Yeah, I'm in your face with it. So, but look, let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. I don't want to get on Vinny because, Vinny is out here globetrotting. Don't want, he ain't been on for 2 weeks. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna address him personally.
Vinny, I tell you what though, Vinny's wife got more anniversaries than you do fucking birthdays.
Tell the truth about it. Tell the truth about it.
His wife always got a birthday or an anniversary.
Tell the truth about it. Every time I turn, man, I'm celebrating my wife's anniversary. Which one is this, Vinny?
I was gonna say, unless he's into some polygamy and some shit we don't know about.
He got sister wives.
I mean,
Vinny got sister wives.
I don't think Vinny. I don't see Vinny as that fucking multiple woman type of guy.
Hey, listen, Vinny is Pakistani or Paki or whatever he is. That Karma Sutra. He probably got 5, 6 of them at the house. Probably got 5, 6 of them.
Himself.
Oh man, you guys are putting him on blast.
Yeah, that's what you get for not being on the show, right?
Listen, when I ain't on the show, y'all don't save me. Listen, I ain't saving him. Drop his ass in the grease. He probably got 5, 6 of them at the house. Laid up.
Ass in the grease. I like that. I'm gonna use that.
I'm gonna use that. Vinny come from concubines. That's what he got. Concubines. Vinny with the concubines. That's why he ain't got to steal no cookies. He's stealing coochie. That's what he got.
Oh, God damn.
And with that, we got 78 points. What you got for us, man?
Oh, word. All right. Just it's been a bit quiet since STCC. So yeah, like the American companies haven't been revealing too much. So one of the lines that I'm really, really into is this Metal Slug, which is the old video game line. And they're releasing this dude on the left, the Jesus looking dude, who's the prisoner of war that you always have to get or rescue in the game to get the little power-ups. And the cool thing is he has a little fireball thing that actually lights up. So a lot of other toy collectors are looking at that to use for their Dragon Balls, their Narutos, and things like that. He's got a fireball, a Hadoken, a Rasengan, or Kamehameha. Pretty cool. I like their independent company from China, Tunchi Studios. Their base bodies are really nice. They're not too brittle. Like they have a slight rubber to them, which makes them really a bit more pliable, softer. Really good articulation, but the sculpts and the soft goods are the thing that's on point. So that's my photo on the right there, showcasing player 1 and then the 2 goons. And I am looking forward to this. This is something I'm interested in. One that people are talking about this week is the amazing Yamaguchi from Revoltech, Kyoto Studios, doing Agent Venom. And these figures or this line are hyper stylized and hyper articulated. They're almost like advanced level action figures. Like most people who don't realize when they buy this, they just like the look. They kind of freak out because the articulation is really different. Like the way things move, the way the joints are attached. and to get the poses so you don't see the little exposed joints and all that. You know, it takes a minute to learn, but they get these amazing poses. You know, they're really stylized poses. So they
Are
almost
these
look like
limited? Is this
not
kind of like
limited. No, they're not limited. They do often sell out,
Okay.
but if they're really popular, they'll do a second drop.
Oh, okay.
And they'll even like there was a Spider-Man that came out a few months ago that was like a version 2, the update. And this basically it's just one dude who designs it all, and he has this sub line on one of these Japanese toy lines, and he does everything. And his thing is about really trying to capture the energy of the motion.
Yeah, it looks pretty sick.
Yeah, they look really dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoever
And
did that
of course,
did a good job.
the big news is this relating to Ahsoka, the Ghost. It fully funded. We're unlocking all tiers.
Wait, what? Okay.
Yeah, you're getting so it came with Hera. The first unlock was Ezra, the second was Kanan, and the third was Zeb. You're of course in this. You're missing Sabine and Chopper,
Yeah.
but they said if they hit the unlocks for all of them, they will release them in the same format, the same carded format next year. So
Man, why do they always make Kanan look like a dude that works at a fucking Starbucks in Seattle? For real, like I'm legitimately like that ponytail and that beard and everything. Is something about him. He just looks like he's the kind of guy that would bitch at you about ordering the wrong fucking.
It's
coffee
man
at
it's man
Starbucks.
buns. It's man buns, Trey. He has to have a man
Yeah.
bun if he's gonna be a barista in Seattle.
So let me ask this: was this a thing to actually get? Because I see these all the time with at Hasbro Lab, right? And I was
these
gonna
make
jump
money.
in on it. I was gonna jump in on it because just Ahsoka, right? But then I was like, $500 on some.
Yeah, so this one, I was actually surprised that we unlocked everything. $500 is.
He
pricey,
said,
man.
"I love how 78 says
We.
we."
I
Like he's
know.
on the
I was
like,
there.
him
Come
and
on, guys,
Hasbro.
we can do it.
You contributed.
I love
I
it.
contributed. I contributed to this thing. I was backer, whatever, in there. But then I looked at it because I had more than one on order, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Because it went to 17,000, 19,000, 20,000. I was like, "Man, there's gonna be an F ton of these out there. 22,000 units out there. $500 plus shipping plus tax. This thing's pushing $600.
Damn.
Oh, that's a heavy price tag, man. And
For
Galactus,
21,000 of them to be out there, right?
exactly. Galactus was the same thing. Galactus was expensive. He was moving when he first dropped for about 800. Then it went to 700, 600. Now you can get him for the same cost price, $500.
But what about the action figures? There's only 22,000 of those. That's not a lot, right?
Yeah. So that's the thing. So if you're buying this to flip, what you do is you open it up and then you sell these carded
Yeah.
figures individually. This is where you can
What I
make
was
a bit more because these ones easily $50 each.
No, I think more. No, there's
I'm
only
just saying
20.
easily,
Oh, okay.
Like
Dude,
if
there's
you
people
took
go
the
crazy for these.
Mandalorian,
Especially for the
one.
set. If you get Sabine and Chopper in there,
oh yeah,
Yeah, no, people. I mean, we saw that
Wait.
when that Wave 1 of the Black Series came out during the pandemic. I mean, the Rebels fans are. I mean, they're the
they're
Taylor
rabid,
Swift
man.
fans.
I mean,
of
this
fucking
was
pop culture
surprising.
shit.
I did not expect this because it was kind of slow.
Yeah,
day
right.
one, we got to 6,000, 7,000, and it kind of dipped.
Have you guys been speaking of Ahsoka? Have you been watching? Am I fucking up,
oh
Ferg?
hell,
No,
no, you're good.
no, you're good. You
I
sound
ain't,
great.
I ain't trying to get yelled at for
So the other
second
thing is to go
podcast.
into the
in a
Not
row.
yet.
figures
I won't
is-
yell you yet. Not yet.
I know. Just tell me
It's
if I'm
about the
fucking up.
condition.
I don't want to get you mad again. But what have you guys thought about Ahsoka? I know 78's watched it. I know Ralph's watched it. I don't know if Ferg's watched it.
I have.
But Marcus, do you keep up with this shit?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Absolutely not.
That's what I mean.
There's a lot of cake
It
in
was
it,
a
man.
fair question. I figured you would have mentioned something.
And it's crazy because I got Disney Plus, right? So so I can watch it, but I only really tune in when the Marvel shit happens on Disney Plus. I mean, that's
You'll
what
enjoy
I do.
this. You'll enjoy it, Marcus.
Really?
It's been good. Yeah, I think it's been good, especially the last episode.
Last episode was really good.
Yeah,
I
Hey,
gotta-
have you guys all watched Rebels though?
I have
Yeah,
not.
I have.
That's the problem. Is I have not. I didn't have.
Yeah,
I didn't have time during the pandemic, but I just didn't. I haven't had time to watch Rebels and Clone Wars. It's so hard to be the age that I'm at and make myself sit and watch like 5 hours of cartoons a day to catch up. Is that fair?
You got to
That's
do it
fair.
on the treadmill. Do it on the treadmill. You knock them out faster every
Yeah.
day.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
not
at that
really.
point in my
Yeah.
life. I ain't too worried about no fucking treadmill. I'm just being 100% honest. I don't see any treadmill in my life. Like I said, all my blood. I got more blood and shit tested for me, but apparently everything other than my fucking internal organs is fucking Cadillac running son of a bitch. Everything else is that. But. So what I'm curious is there was a kind of a pretty big reveal. It's way past it. Spoiler alert! If you haven't watched episode 4, we're about to talk about some things that happened in episode 4. So one of the 6 people here, if you haven't watched it, just...
And you know I don't give a damn. So you
no. I'm just trying to be nice. But is that the place where Ahsoka goes to and sees young Anakin? Is that the same place where Ezra pulled her out of when he was Anakin or Vader was about to kill her?
And in the Clone Wars.
Okay.
She went there in the Clone Wars as well.
So that's like it's like a hub between time and space, right?
Yeah.
It's almost like the room of Interstellar with Matthew McConaughey. Is that fair?
Very similar.
Yeah. It's an astral plane kind of thing.
Okay, so that's interesting. That's it. You know, the squid whales and some other shit. I mean, they're getting into some deep expanded universe Filoni stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't dislike it. I did myself a disservice by not watching Rebels and Clone Wars and knowing all those infinite details that a lot of people have. I mean, like Wade 78. I mean, there's quite a few people, Star Wars people, Selden, Brad, those guys like that. And like I said, it just, I don't know. I'm not a big Rosario Dawson fan because that's the one thing I've watched some recaps and everything. And Ahsoka is this little fragile little girl, small girl in comparison to a majority of the characters. And now she seems like she's this bitter old woman. And let's be honest, she's about as athletic as a fucking potato.
The animation.
I think you're confusing the Ahsoka that Clone Wars with the Ahsoka. I think that's the idea that you have of Ahsoka, because in Rebels she's not entirely like Rosario Dawson is in the live action, but she doesn't really she's not childish, I guess is the only thing I can say. But I think you're thinking of Clone Wars Ahsoka.
She just seems like she's in a bad mood all the time. She seems like that girl at the cash register that don't want you to use cash because she has to get the cash register. It just seems like she's got that face on all these episodes. And I don't know. Like I said, I guess the whole Sabine Wren dynamic, which I liked her the first couple episodes. That's kind of cool that there was a Mandalorian that had some force, but then you come to find out, I guess she really is not that force sensitive. So it's like, why in the fuck is she going to be the oldest Jedi they've ever trained? I mean, I have a bunch of questions, which is good. You know, and then everything was so funny to me was in that third episode, after the third episode, Reddit, all the fucking nerd deals, everything where I mean, all the theories they had about the dude with the mask with the spinning Maruk or whatever.
Yeah.
The amount of theories that I saw, everyone knew who it was. Yeah. It's Star Killer from the fucking Battlefront game.
Right.
It's Ezra. It's. I mean, literally every.
Ezra was hilarious. Like
they had memes and shit for it. I mean, there was people who thought it was Anakin. I mean, I saw them all. And Ahsoka cuts that motherfucker down in about minute 8 of that episode with minimal effort you have ever seen.
Yeah.
And that whole storyline's done. It's fucking hilarious to me.
Yeah.
What'd you think of since you already said spoiler alert, the end with Anakin showing up and the Vader theme that comes on at the end?
Vader closing out with the music.
Yeah, I kind of feel like kind of foreshadowing that he's not there to be good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got that
well,
same.
she again going back in Rebels, and the later, just dovetailing back into who Ahsoka is and Snips.
Yeah.
So Snips is the nickname that Anakin gives her when she's young.
Yeah.
And that was the one that got very famous. But the Ahsoka that we have is the older one. She's already left the Order. She is bitter. She is resentful. She is angry, hurt, blah, blah. And that appears in Rebels. And you see that transition when they did the last few seasons of Clone Wars, which is it's really good watching the last 2 seasons of Clone Wars, and especially the last second half of the last season. It's like the level of animations, like cinema quality animation. They went all out, and that's fucking badass. And you see her level up there. Yeah, and yeah, I understand people go like, hey, she's not as agile. I thought she's like, more acrobatic and all this, but in Rebels, she's not quite like that. All right, going back to that kind of astral plane thing. So she does fight Vader, Anakin in the animation as well. They confront each other. So it's an ongoing thing. She has to keep facing him, but they've never finished that storyline. And we never know what happens. So that we're getting that now, I think, hopefully. For me, that's the most interesting.
Didn't one of the Mortis gods, like they killed her, right? And then they brought her back in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So you don't think the Mortis gods would be there, or not the Mortis gods, but
all
the
this stuff
sun, the one that's
not fixed.
Yeah.
Right. So we don't know. Yeah, like this whole astral plane, this Jedi plane thing, it's all Filoni stuff. It's not fixed. He kind of just put it out there and just let it be.
Right.
And that was some of the best stuff from Clone Wars and Rebels. Like expanding on that, getting it deeper, and then the ability to travel through time and space instantly. Yeah, that was dope. So like, oh no, the ball thing, they don't know how to get there, they don't have the map, and then boom, she's in the astral plane, Jedi plane. She can get there. That was pretty cool. Sabine, as an actress, I don't know. I go between getting really annoyed with her and not minding her. I still don't like her, but yeah. And going back to the figures,
she's not terrible.
Toys, the renders of the toys and the card art, they don't match for me. So that really bothers me. Like, are we getting the movie or are we getting the cartoon? They're giving this in-between thing again, which I thought we're getting away from this. So that's the one thing. So yeah, I actually canceled my order. After
Why'd you do
hit
that?
20,000. After I hit 20,000, I was like, yeah.
Why'd you do that?
What?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad.
Yeah.
You could have graded that thing. You don't think you could grade that? Send that to CGC?
I love
the
grading.
box of this. This thing is gonna be. Yeah.
Somebody's gonna grade that.
Hey.
I'm a great.
I don't know. Hey, it's really dope, but if it was like 300, 400, 400, I would have been happy. 500 plus shipping and tax.
But you get all the Rebels, right? You get every Rebel, the action figure.
You get these
except Sabine. But what about
Sabine and Chopper are missing.
Damn, you might have to end up buying something else, right, to get Sabine and Chopper. Yeah.
Knowing Hasbro, they'll package it with some other bullshit you gotta buy.
Yeah. Cash grab.
Or they'll do like some silly thing, or they'll do the release. It's not quite accurate, and they're like, "Oh, buy the next one. Buy the next one.
Yeah.
Repaint it." Fucking. Yeah.
That's cool though.
Buy this instead, and buy this instead.
I like the first. I like that. I like that thing too. Man. That's pretty cool, man. Thanks, 78. Thanks for that.
Yeah, man.
That was cool to talk about Rebels. I didn't have a segment set up for Rebels, so I'm glad that Trey. I don't know where Trey went, but I'm glad that Trey talked about that.
What'd you think of it, Bird?
I mean, I'm going into it like not really thinking of it as an Ahsoka show, but more of a Rebels show. And that's what's kind of getting me excited about it. I don't really mind Ahsoka one way or the other. Like I wasn't going into it like hoping like, oh, I hope Ahsoka's badass. But I hope I kind of want Thrawn to show up at the last episode and to kind of go into season 2, because I'm afraid this is what bugs me about Disney shows in general. Like they're 9 episodes. So like I always feel like they're missing out on, like everything seems always rushed, or they don't put enough characters like in a episode or a season. Sorry. So, I mean, I don't know. That's kind of my hope. I know it's a weird thing to say, but like, I don't want Thrawn to be like shows up in episode 5, dies in 9. You know what I mean? Because I like Thrawn.
I think this is 6, isn't it? Isn't it 6 episodes?
Oh shit! I mean, I don't even know. See, yeah, see, like, so I mean, Thrawn hasn't even showed up yet. So there's like the bad part about that is like I think that's what everyone wants to see,
8?
Right? It's only 8 episodes. So yeah. So like, but the good thing about that is like, I'm hoping there's more story to tell about him, because what the hell happened? Like, where did he go after Rebels ended? You know, spoiler alert, everyone.
I think this is supposed to go into Filoni's trilogy, right? Because he has his trilogy of his own that's supposed to come up. I could be making that up. I don't know, but I could have sworn that I heard that he had
They
a
get
trilogy.
canceled?
No, not Filoni's.
I don't keep
I
up
can't
with
imagine.
it now. There's
No, I
just
think
too many like things getting canceled, started, canceled.
Yeah.
So.
You might be right though, Ralph.
I could have sworn that's what I heard. He had a trilogy of his own that was in the works, but I really hope that the only thing that he's doing is just the Ahsoka show. I really hope that's not the case.
No, he's there's the Heir to the Empire movie.
It's just one.
That was
Just the one?
announced that it's being developed. Heir to the Empire has obviously got to do with Thrawn, right? So
yeah,
we've been dropping that phrase multiple times, awkwardly through the whole thing. Trey's on mute now.
No, he's
not on mute, but we can't hear him.
You can't hear him.
Yeah, I think it is a Rebels show. You're right. I think people who aren't enjoying it haven't watched all of Rebels, or they're a bit confused. It's a bit slow. They don't understand, the little scenes that are like nods to Rebels. They're like, okay, that's a lot. There seems to be a lot of filler stuff. Like, what are these whale things?
Can you guys hear?
Seeing these? Yes.
Yeah, can hear you.
Hey, 78. Where is this in correlation in the Star Wars like timeline? Like, where is this taking place? When is Ahsoka taking place?
After Jedi, right?
Yeah, after Jedi. It's all.
This is leading up to.
This is all trilogy. The Disney plot. Yeah.
Or the Rey trilogy with the New Republic. Not New Republic,
leading
but
up to that.
Yeah.
So when is
it's new territory.
What is Mandalorian's current timeline?
That is also happened. Like, isn't it like Jedi too? Like kind of in.
So those are in the same. I mean, I obviously Ahsoka was in the Mandalorian. I remember that, but I just didn't know.
Parallel.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
so there's definitely going to be some intermingling and weaving of those two again at some point, I'm sure.
Yeah. Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian, this are all that. The Obi-Wan is the one that wasn't part of this time.
Right.
Book of getting his ass kicked every episode.
I know. Book of Mandalorian.
Fucking Boba Fett, every episode he got his ass kicked. All 8 episodes he got beat up in a new way.
Hey, bro. Wow. So that actor from Boba Fett, he was in a movie in the 90s. It was pretty violent to do with like pub violence and New Zealand violence. I can't get over it. Every time I see him, I think he's gonna beat me up.
You got shoes next?
Got shoes.
78 favorite section.
When I saw these, dude, I knew 78 was gonna go crazy in a bad way.
So I had my thinking was I'm gonna get a 78 shoe, a 78 shoe that he enjoys, and a 78 shoe that he hates. So we get both sides.
It's got a nose.
I was cracking up when you got this.
We talked about my theory behind these, and Trey, you weren't here for it, so I'm gonna get your opinion after I talk about it. But starting off with these Joe Fresh Goods, I'm pretty sure you guys Trey and 78. You guys are familiar with Joe Fresh Good. But here's a cool story about these. Aside from them being limited to 500, hand numbered, these are inspired by the original Jumpman logo, the Jordan Jumpman logo, where he was wearing New Balances. He wasn't wearing Jordans. I just sent you the link, so you can open that up so we can get a visual of it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so that's Joe Fresh Goods. But if you scroll down a little bit more. Keep going. Okay, so this is another thing real quick about this. So what if the story was different? So what if Jordan signed with New Balance instead of Nike?
Okay.
Where is that? Is it not on that link for?
It's kind of wild.
Those are gonna fly.
It's a basic all white shoe, but I think the story behind this and the fact that they're limited to 500 is what's going to make these really jump. I thought it was there, but it's not.
So what's the story exactly?
So these are inspired by the original Jumpman logo picture. That's what I thought was in that article, but it's not. I'll send it to you right now. I just found it.
Okay.
So,
How
you know,
real is that story?
from what I hear, it's pretty legit. But I guess you would really have to ask Michael Jordan. So I sent you the second link. So the shoes that are releasing are the shoes that Michael Jordan wore in that picture there, which is the quote unquote the original Jumpman logo. And I guess there's a story behind this, something about Nike stealing this and taking it for their own and creating the Jumpman logo. But I think it's a pretty cool idea to bring this shoe back. I don't think New Balance has released this shoe in years.
Wow. Sorry.
So yeah, it's really hard to tell, but these are the shoes that are releasing basically. So 165 limited to 500. I'm pretty sure these are going to get botted.
Oh, they're going to
insane.
You know there's going to be another release.
No, I think this is it. It's a Joe Fresh Good collab. Units? Yeah, it's 500 hand numbered. In that first article I sent you, Ferd, you can see he's
handwriting the
Sharpie. Hand numbered. Hey, comic book stores, hand number your shit.
If they're doing it with shoes, they got to do it with comics, right? But yeah, there's no release date yet. But I think this, if you can get your hands on this, this might be a good one to get.
Absolutely.
What do you think, Trey?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for it. I didn't know about these. I think it's pretty cool how they're. Yeah. I mean, he's got the United States gear on instead of, you know what I mean? How they're just kind of trying to circumvent the Nike stuff just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, definitely tough shoe to get, but like I said, if you can cop these would be a good one to hold.
Ralph, is that an advertisement or is that an article?
I think it was an article in a mag. It wasn't an article. It wasn't like a promo for a shoe. He was just wearing New Balances. He didn't have a shoe deal, and this is coming off the '84 Olympics, I think it was. But yeah, this is. I think the original, or what they're calling it, is the Stuntman. I'm not sure why. It doesn't really.
It'd be cool to get that magazine.
Yeah, I don't know what magazine that's in, but probably
I'll find it.
Oh, you can find that out easily. Yeah,
I'll find it.
Yeah, man.
Anybody watch Air?
I did. I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
it was okay. I watched it. It was worth it. I mean, it's one of those ones I wouldn't mad at paying the ticket to watch it.
It had a kind of like very Hallmark vibes, you know.
Really?
Too good a story.
Yeah,
I think story to have Hallmark vibes.
Anything that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in, that anything they do is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
No lies told.
Yeah. But yeah, so moving on to the Crocs time Shrek.
I'm a bottom.
Just looking at these. Are you would you buy these, Ferd? I'm gonna ask each one of you. Would you buy these?
Would you buy these?
I don't think so. I don't think I would.
Not for you, for somebody else. You don't know. No. You have nobody in your family that is a Shrek fan?
No, I think the kids are too they didn't really get into Shrek. Like they're too young for it.
Well, not necessarily kids, but you don't know anybody that enjoys Shrek, that likes Shrek?
No, I don't have anyone that's like, oh, I want to watch Shrek again for the 8th time. You know,
that's weird. I feel like everybody likes Shrek.
I mean,
you like Shrek.
I do.
Even 78 like Shrek. Marcus, Shrek. I know you like Shrek, right?
Who?
Shrek.
I used to call a guy Shrek.
But okay,
he was kind of chubby and stuff.
He's
but,
like, who?
Look, this is the idea, God. Trey. Do you remember the Lightning McQueen Crocs?
Oh, I still have a pair in the fucking closet. I didn't sell.
How crazy did those go when they initially dropped?
Bananas.
Exactly. So that's kind of my same idea with these Crocs. They end up like a TikTok viral type thing, and they go crazy.
For the record, I don't fuck with Shrek either.
Shrek.
Everybody enjoys Shrek up here except, or the only guy that enjoys Shrek is 78. That's the last person
I like Shrek. Shrek is my guy. I do. I would rock those though.
Donkey hooks up.
I'm gonna be honest. I would rock those because I'm just artsy fartsy like that. I'd walk all around the mall in them, bro. I promise I would. Like right now, I have the Wu-Tang Crocs. And every time, and I wish I hindsight 2020.
Wu-Tang drop? Oh my god.
Yeah, I should have never worn them. I should have just bought them and held on to them because I didn't know that they were like limited in their edition and approach. But like, you know, every time I'm somewhere, I get hit up. Hey, the Wu-Tang.
Hey.
Do you think if you walk around with these at the mall, people are definitely gonna hit you up, right? Like, where'd you get those?
Bro, if somebody can walk around the mall in them Astro Boy boots, they can walk around. They can walk around in them Shrek Crocs, bro.
I still want a bounty to get a photo of Vinny and his, because you know he secretly wears them out and shit. Like to go like find comics and shit.
I would love to see Vinny in a pair.
He's in the long boxes.
We gotta all pitch in and buy these for Vinny for Christmas or something.
I imagine they're like past his knees.
Vinny don't need. Nobody needs to be buying Vinny anything. He's good.
And look, it has a nose.
Look at the nose. The nose is cracks.
It has a nose by the big toe, so you know Vinny's feet stink, bro. So you already know it's like it's a thing, bro.
Yeah, man. I mean, the resale on these. This is why I threw them up here. Remind me of the Lightning McQueen. Lightning McQueen is popular, but Shrek is definitely a lot more popular than Lightning McQueen. So that's why I threw these up here. But I guess the only person that likes these is 78, which I thought he was the last guy that was gonna love these.
All about him, man. Let's go. Yeah, about two. One to rock, one to keep.
The pair of shoes that I didn't get to throw up here, but I really wanted to touch on real quick were the Powerpuff Girl Dunks. What'd you guys think of those?
Dude, Wade's gonna kill somebody to get a pair of those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
For sure. They're interesting. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna come out and they're gonna do really, really well the first 2 weeks. And then once the replica artists in China get their hands on them, they'll drop down and be $40, $50 above retail in a month and a half. So it's all those ones. I mean, if you get your hands on them quick, you got a chance of making them get the set of them.
Yeah, those are not it for it, but I mean, it's almost the same thing.
But here's the thing I question about these though, is I don't know. I think it'd be weird seeing a bunch of grown men wearing powder puff shoes, girls around and shit.
I mean, we saw people wearing the Grateful Dead dunks with the fur.
That's a little different. Those are real people that actually live.
Those shoes had fur on them. They had fur.
You're not wrong.
Sneakers.
Are these them?
Yeah, those are.
Yeah, these are.
I'm sorry, I will not be caught in the Powerpuff joint.
He said he would fucking wear Shrek Crocs, and he's not.
Yeah, like
you can't say yes to Shrek Crocs, but you wouldn't wear these.
No, girls on my feet, no. Powerpuff Girls are not. Now, if it was Mojo Joe, of course.
To make you fly, man.
That's not Mojo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wouldn't wear them.
Well, we all know you push with your feminine side first.
Yo, the New Balance double taps dropped this week, right?
Yeah, those went.
Those are going for money. God damn
those went super fast.
God damn it!
But yeah, that's what we got for sneakers this week. Cool. I mean, there's a ton of other releases as well, but I just wanted to touch on these.
I like this. The New Balance is super intriguing to me. To be honest, man, I like that. There's
only 500 of these. So.
Yeah.
Imagine if you get 23 out of 500.
Oh my god!
And it happens to be whatever Jordan shoe size was.
Or if you get the Alpha or the Omega of these, then
What was his 45? Was his other number, right?
45. Yeah, you got. 45.
That'd be kind of cool to get too. But 23 for sure.
23 is the one.
Yeah.
But if there was no story,
nobody would care.
Yeah. I love this fucking title.
This is our FOC list of the week.
For 78, you told me to throw this up here, so this is Brother Deep,
we were gonna
right?
argue about this shit.
Brother Deep.
We were arguing before the show about this shit. I felt this issue. I mean, it was good. The artwork is amazing. I just felt it was cut short.
Yeah,
like
I mean, like a 10-page comic book.
It was just a badass Hulk fight scene. That's all it was. The art was good enough that you didn't need dialogue. You kind of knew what was going on. Like I told you, this wasn't going to be a Hickman deep dive.
I didn't expect the Hickman dive. But
so what were you expecting?
I was expecting a bit more to do with the the one beneath all and things like that.
Yeah,
we got that at the end though, right? At the end,
we're gonna get there. That one, all the text. Did you read all that?
Yeah,
shit?
that was about
I
Brother
read that
Beef.
later on. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not reading.
I gotta
Who's
reread
got
it
time to
again.
read a fucking
Well,
page?
that's kind of why I figured this is not the last time we're gonna see him, because why would they throw that at the very end? You know,
Right.
some guy that he just beat the shit out of. But I
Yeah.
mean,
I
yeah,
know,
it
it
was
just
short.
kinda-
I'm not gonna argue with that point. It was short, but I thought it was. I mean, if you
And
wanted
then
to read the Hulk,
the
this is
kind
the
of
Hulk book.
shift for me, like now, is it gonna be a buddy cop story?
I mean, it kind of
You know
feels
what
like
I mean? You
this
know
is
what I
gonna be
mean?
the
That
new
was
She-Hulk.
now I'm a bit worried, man.
I would be honest. I really enjoyed issue 1. Issue 2 is kind of boring, and other than the fight, I don't know. Issue 4 and 5 need to step the gas
Yes.
pedal
All
just a
right.
smidge.
I
Is
agree.
that fair?
I agree.
We gotta
Yeah, I
get
agree.
more.
And I get where they're trying to set up, and they have to do it this way, which is a smart way of doing it. But at the same point in time, there was a whole new, not legion, but a group of people that were interested in the Hulk, haven't been interested in the Hulk in a very long time, in our comments and other comments and conversations that we've had. So I'd like to see them continue that momentum, because Hulk's one of those characters is now that they've opened up all the different monsters, the supernatural stuff, the one below all. I mean, there's just so many different ways to go with the character now, and he was one of those ones that I for years just said was like, what do you do? How do you do anything against the Hulk? He's going to eventually Hulk out and win in a strength contest, or he's going to turn into Bruce Banner and outsmart him. It's just like it's kind of like Superman. It's very difficult to write new stories that someone else haven't already thought of, and Marvel's figured it out. It's with the Ewing run, and now with this, a new way that they can go with them. But they just need to step on the gas and smidge, in my opinion. Like I said, I'm going to give them a couple more issues regardless. But I'd like to kind of see a little bit more direction, a little bit more depth of the characters. Some of the supporting characters that have been in the book. So
yeah, I
can definitely. I agree with everything there. Yeah. I think that the thing of the buddy comp thing is getting me worried.
Marvel loves having a duo to do everything. I've never understood it.
Yeah. And if we go back to like Ewing's Immortal Hulk, when it started, it was a real short. It was just like one issue stories, like bang, bang, bang as well, right? And then it started building. It was building that. So I'm hopeful, but I'm getting a bit, I want more meat on the bone in terms of the depth of the story and things like that. It got a bit superficial. All right, give me some more. Get a bit headier, get a bit deeper into this. Yeah. I'm not expecting Hickman, no, man, but
Yeah. No, I think it's like my favorite book so far, or like it's the book I look forward to reading, I guess, every month so far. But yeah, like kind of
when's the last time you said that about Hulk? You're actually looking forward to reading it.
Yeah, I mean, Immortal Hulk, like issue 12. I mean, that was a long time ago. Yeah. Oh, good stuff.
I'm getting excited about Batman.
Batman was cool too, man. I read Batman today.
I haven't read that one yet.
It's pretty good.
Batman 137. I like. Yeah, I mean, I can't really discuss it if you haven't read it. We'll talk about it next week. We won't talk about it. But
we'll get into this.
I posted one scene. I mean, Damian and Red Hood get into it, and Damian just absolutely just fucking knocks Red Hood on his ass. But there's a bunch of this. The whole storyline is starting to come together from this Batman run, with the Zimmer Oz, the multiverse stuff, the failsafe stuff, the oh Jesus Christ, why can't I think of the name of the villain from the Dream Saga just happened? Anyway, that guy. Why can't I think of his name? Insomnia. The villain and everything else. All those different storylines are kind of tying into Batman right now. And as he was under that coma in the dream world for those couple months, Catwoman basically took over Gotham.
Yeah.
And she made a deal with the criminals. Hey, steal stuff that's insured, and basically said, we're going to run a more lax organization with the bat gone as long as there's no violent crimes. and violent crime. I mean, apparently it dropped in Gotham like nobody's ever seen before. Like it was truly phenomenal. Well, Batman comes back from the Nightmare event, and he's about to fucking lose his mind because he's watching literally the Bat family allow people to break into houses. It's quite a bit more in depth and a lot more layers to it, but that's the what do you call it? A summary of basically what's going on. And what's interesting is the whole Bat family's involved, and the Bat family's taking sides. There's people that have basically said Selina's way is the best way because people aren't dying and getting hurt. You know, jewelry and stuff's getting stolen. A lot of it's insured. And then you have Damien who joined his dad. There's a lot more stuff going on with it, but it's one of those ones where I'm genuinely very excited to see what happens next. And I haven't been excited about a Batman book since Endgame, the Snyder Capullo run from New 52, that famous run. Like I haven't been that excited about a Bat book in a very, very long time.
I'm always looking forward to the Raphael Grandpa one.
Yes.
That looks nice.
Dude, and the X-Men
He's been working on that for a minute, man.
X-Men stuff's cooking right now too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the X-Men stuff. I told you I'm not gonna pick up everything that has to do with the Fall of X because after last week's issues, but this week that Immortal Hulk or Immortal X-Men 15, it was good.
It was really, really good. X-Men 26 was really fucking good. It's going to be interesting to see if they find Cyclops. The stuff with Firestar and Shadowcat, Key Pride.
Hey, really Firestar's first appearance ain't going for much.
Dude, you know who and I don't know if I've talked about it. I don't know if I've talked to either one of you, but I'm getting closer to having a new favorite X-Men. And I'm going to be honest with you. Exodus is honestly coming to be my. He's just a bad motherfucker.
He is.
He's pretty cool. I mean, he's a high level. What do you call him? Mind control. He has a little bit of psychosis powers, telekinesis. But his cool mutant power is that his abilities and his strength grows whenever people around him have belief in him. So he had fucking 500,000 people that, you know, are like, hey, this guy is a badass. He can do whatever he wants to. He begins to absorb, and his powers multiply because of that. He was changed by Apocalypse at one point in time. Exodus was one of the Horsemen, and it's one of my favorite parts of the whole Hickman, the whole new basic, you know, the House of X stuff that Hickman started 5 years ago. He's basically him and Apocalypse. They did a really good job because when they let the malcontents and the villains come into Krakoa, he was one of the only ones that, you know, has basically been a good guy and has been trustworthy in the whole 5 years. It was a pretty cool scene in this last X-Men. All the mutants that got transported during the Hellfire Gala, they're having a hard time getting water, and he's basically fucking sucking all the moisture out of the core of the planet to try to get enough, you know, water for 250,000 mutants to drink.
The way he popped all the Logans.
Yes.
Dude, I was not expecting him to do that. The way he just.
It's interesting, and I should let Ralph need to talk on it, but you know, Mother Righteous is a very, very interesting character and has been for the last couple years. I don't think it's a bad idea at all to invest $40-50 in that character because she's either going to be a dud, you know, and that's the thing. She's one of the Sinister clones from, you know. So I don't know how that's going to play out, but she is a completely different kind of clone. She's cloned from his ex-wife. So it's, and then basically even, what's her name? Not Rachel Summers. Hope had, they were able to pinpoint that Mother Righteous had multitudes of little bitty mutant powers, but they couldn't really detect exactly what her main power was. So she's been playing the games behind the scenes. She's involved in Orcus, made some deals with Sebastian Shaw, the Black King at the time. And at the end of the Hellfire Gala, she was holding up a crystal ball of basically what looked like her Krakoa. And at the end of X-Men 26 and Immortal, multiple different endings, it looked like the north end of Krakoa was part of this wasteland that the X-Men got moved to. So I don't know. I don't know if it's Mother Righteous controlling everything. and it's a big psyop. I don't know. It's interesting. It's a really good read right now, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like the way that last part of Immortal 15, it just kind of showed her as like she's a manipulator, obviously, but she's gonna be a bigger player moving forward, is what I thought after reading that. So that's kind of why I was like, okay, the first, what is this? Is this Legion of X? Yeah, Legion.
It's her first appearance.
Yeah, the one for 50 was like $14. I was like, well, that's not bad.
I think it's like a dual set that this is sold, so it's sold for basically cover and grade in 9.8.
Yeah, who knows what happens, but I just figured it's not bad to throw $20 at that. So
no, that's dope, man. I'm about to. So that Ultimate X-Men just came out today, right? Or Wednesday, 15.
Yeah.
It was Immortal X-Men that came out, and Immortal X-Men 13, and I believe X-Men 26.
Okay. Cool. That's your FOC for everybody. Good stuff, guys. Just a couple.
Loves the Hulk.
He loves it.
He fucking loves the Hulk.
Immortal Hulk, yeah.
Loves the Hulk and the Shrek.
And the Shrek.
That's what I mean. Like he's
in a loving mood.
I got the Hulk hand somewhere as well.
And the Powerpuff Girls too. The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, there you go.
He's been fucking boycotting trying to get She-Hulk season 2 for 3 months.
Couple magazines to kind of keep an eye out for. So this 1984 Sports Illustrated of Jordan. So I guess it's his first like Chicago like as a pro cover. 6.5 sold for $275, which I thought was pretty fair. Keep an eye out for these random ass tech CEOs that are going to jail. Evidently, this Elizabeth Holmes Fortune 2014 Raw went for $150, and I think the one that I found was a subscription, which are a little bit less rare, I believe. You kind of want those newsstands. So, man, I just keep looking at like random spots like secondhand magazine stores or bookstores just to see if ran like Fortune magazines of like Steve Jobs or Bill Gates, this type of stuff. Well, you may be able to find this like at a garage sale. I don't know, but just keep an eye out for it. Let's see.
That bitch just looked evil then. I don't know how she fooled the many people she did.
Dude, and like she like kept having kids so she could stay out of jail. Some crazy shit. It's kind of weird, but
I like
anyway.
Nick Cannon. I heard Nick Cannon kept having kids so he wouldn't have to pay child support. Is that real?
I don't know. Nick Cannon's the
I'm not gonna comment on that shit.
Nick Cannon is the modern day Genghis Khan, having like he's gonna have like all
I guess there's a stipulation after a certain amount of kids you don't have to pay child support.
Are you serious? I didn't know that.
I gotta ask ChatGPT.
Yeah. Ask ChatGPT. Marcus, you got some NFT stuff for us. It's been a while.
I actually do not. No, I'm just joking.
It's like what?
Yeah, no, I actually do not. So if you've been, any part of the OTR show, me and Vinny, talk about NFTs and and back cowls and and things of that nature. So even with the state of NFTs, kind of where they are right now, if you got some of the blue chip ones, you're still making money. The majority of them, the bullshit ones, I guess, if you want to call it that, because everything got a positive and a negative, then the bullshit ones are kind of like going down to zero. But anything that has value or creates value, like with these Batman, these bat cowls, they're kind of like the gift that keeps on giving. So the NFT of Batman #1 is getting ready to drop. And if you own a bat cowl, then you will get a chance to jump in and purchase this earlier than the rest of the world that don't have a bat cowl and can just go in, and can buy it, right? If you have Marcus needs to do the show. I'm not doing that.
Man.
That's actually a good idea.
No, we're not doing that. But here's what we are doing. If you had the Harley Quinn, then you get a chance to get 10% of the #1 that's going to be allotted to people that have the Harlequin. If you have a Bat Cowl, then 40% of the allotment is going to be available to you, as a, where you can purchase this Batman #1 early, and it is the official, NFT of Batman #1, right? It has Catwoman, it has, Joker, all the other, all the things, I guess. These NFTs, if you get them, they have them in different rarities, right? They got the, the legendary and, rare and all the other shit. If you have the legendary one, it can almost be guaranteed you can turn around and sell that for like 100 to 200K. The Superman one that's out right now, I think there's one floating around for like 600K. Right now, the NFT.
Yeah, those went crazy.
Are people
I
actually
remember
paying that? Or are they just asking for that?
People are actually paying. For it. Yeah.
Fucking hell, money laundering.
Yeah.
They're buying it for the art. What do you mean?
Yeah, man. Art. Man.
Art.
You think about it.
At 600K, can you buy any grade of this book?
That's the thing. They kind of some of the different rarities have different levels, I guess, of degradation on the cover of these comics. So it kind of makes it look like, So
what?
Yeah, it's
no.
You know what? They did that for the Superman book. I'm not sure if they're gonna do it. If they've done it for every single release afterward, but I remember that they had different levels of degradation on the covers of the books.
Yeah, the Superman.
Yeah, what would be cool is if you got the actual scan of one of the high grades.
Yeah.
What?
That'd be kind of cool. Like if you actually your NFT.
Oh, like if you just scan the high grade, like you made your own.
It's the NFT of that, rather than digital wear and tear.
I mean, I get it.
Yeah. Digital wear and tear is just as gimmicky, right? So
yeah, it's just as gimmicky. But again, the reality is NFTs ain't going anywhere. It's getting more and more accessible. Mass adoption is happening right now. Trey is swatting a fly. I get it. Something.
I'm Mr. Miyagi in this bitch. I'm a fucker.
Yeah. But I will say this: once the mass adoption happens, just like as with comic books and everything else, people are going to want. I mean, because they're already paying super money for these other versions. People are going to want that book, right? And there's only a X amount. It's a finite number of those NFTs. They don't just have whatever. It's like once it's gone, it's gone. Once it sells out, it sells out. And then it goes up for more of a premium. So yeah.
One Piece.
One Piece. Cool. Thanks, Marcus, for that.
I can. Thank you.
I love it. I want to highlight this. This came out this past week, I want to say.
Yeah, it did.
This retails for like $499 to $600. I've seen people are asking for like $800 on this, but just something to be on the lookout for. I mean, this is a tough one to put $600 in and storage and all that stuff, but it seems like I don't know how the game is. I haven't heard anything about the game. Have you guys heard anything about this game at all? The second Spider-Man?
Not about the game. Like you said, it's a lot to put 600. It's tough to put $600 into this and just put it to the side. But I guarantee you, around Christmas time, these are gonna shoot up.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. I was thinking like 5 to 10 years down the road kind of thing.
No,
but,
I mean, yeah. If you held on to it, but if you wanted to flip it, Christmas time would be the time.
Ralph sold all his furniture to buy all the PS5 Spideys.
During when the PS5s originally dropped, this room was full of them. So,
that's hilarious.
When we had to, the pictures. You remember the pictures, Trey? 20 PS5s stacked on top of each other.
I had I did good, man. Pulls and fucking PS5s and Xbox X's were.
How did you move them, Ralph? Did you like?
What do you mean?
Like
I sold.
I mean, like, did you ship them out?
No, fuck no. Ralph, I guarantee Ralph did it like I did. You don't ship those motherfuckers. That's how you get screwed over. You do that. You meet at a police station.
Yeah.
Or that's what my deal was. If you didn't want to meet in front of a police station, I didn't need to do business with you. And
That's
most
smart.
people, I mean, that's how you weed out 95% of the bullshit from what I've seen. If you say the police station, there's no, if they're trying to pull some other shit, the conversation's over with. And if they're good people, they have nothing to hide. They're like, yeah, which police station?
A
And
majority of the
good.
time, it was
smart.
moms. Like moms were buying it for their kids, and it was just boom, easy, quick transaction.
That's awesome.
those moms will fucking get you too. Pulling up in a car. No, I'm not joking with you. Like, I gave away that year. I think I gave away 3 different ones. I had one lady who literally pulled up in a car that was worth less than the PS5. No, I mean,
but with the stories, with the sob stories.
Oh no! Then you can just tell, and she was telling me a story that she was like, I just got married about a year ago, and my husband had kids from a previous marriage, and he's like, and she was like, the son and I really never, I can't figure out a way. The son doesn't really like me.
Here's a PS5 for free.
Yeah, I guess. No, I swear to God, it was on
Kids,
Christmas.
man.
You get Christmas Eve at like 11:30. I met her at a fucking library because the police station was closed. The only thing that was had a light was the library. She was like, yeah. She's like, if I'm able to pull it, I knew if I worked hard enough and got the money and could find one. Oh yeah, dude, it was. She had.
Oh my God.
But she wasn't bullshit. The cool thing about it is she still sends me She sends me a message like every Christmas Eve on Facebook and like, hey, I still remember what you did. Thanks. Cool. So it was worth it.
Hey, now my kid wants the new DS or whatever. That's funny.
You speak to Trey.
The same shit. I fucking and multiple times. Like I pulled up with a swimming pool, and there'd be no, I'm dead serious. There'd be like a grandma raising 10 kids by herself.
Oh shit.
And with no pools around and everything shut down, it's just like and you knew that you could tell. I mean, you could just tell that the money probably wasn't. There wasn't a lot of it. They didn't have money to spend on an overpriced pool at the time. Well, I mean, Ralph can tell you. We were buying pools for $300 and getting $1,500-$1,600 cash.
Oh my God!
Yeah, no questions asked.
Hey, no questions asked.
That's
Literally, I could put up 10 a day, and if I could get 10 pools, I could sell them by noon. The whole summer.
It was hard to keep them in stock. Like if your own personal inventory, I try to have at least like 5 to 10 at a time, and they would just move too fast. I'm like, dude, should I be raising my prices? Because I was pricing them at the price they should be at, but they just kept going.
See, the thing I was killing them on is I had a company truck with a free gas card at the time.
Oh, damn.
Oh my God!
So here's the thing. I mean, there's nothing going on, and I enjoy working. So I would offer. I'd say free ship. I'd bring it to you within an hour of the Oklahoma City Metro.
That's so funny.
And you got all these other kids that had the bots that were getting the pools. They were making them come to your house and pick them up and shit like that. I started banging them out. They had no fucking chance against me. Oklahoma, it was my territory too. I was like fucking Walter White. I started seeing people on offer ups and Facebook fucking trying to undercut my price. I'd be like, hey, motherfucker, you need to understand a few things. I did good. I think I made 37,000 that one. The
pools.
Yeah, the very first pandemic, and the next year I probably made 20.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, pools are a big thing. Pools are
then I bought all these. Then I bought NFTs with all that money, and
now you got a bat cow.
No, I didn't. I got that fucking. I bought that stupid crap chicken. Remember the one? Marcus, that crap chicken that Marcus was talking about. And I love the idea. I don't think that Dan Harmon show. It was the one where if they use one of the chickens of the NFTs you owned in the episode, you got paid royalties on it. It was supposed to be a FOC show. I like the concept, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and, it just didn't take off the show.
Yeah, it just didn't. I saw it got optioned or something for season 2, but I mean, it's one of those ones where I paid $400 for that chicken, and I'll never sniff. I won't sniff $400.
Fuck that chicken. Fuck that chicken.
I'm telling you, the chicken ain't gonna pay me. It is what it is. That's what's fun about this. It's kind of like why they call it fishing instead of catching. Is you're gonna hit some home runs and you're gonna strike out when times when you least expect to strike out.
Yeah.
A perfect example. We talked. I mean, what was funny is Ralph and 78 and Eric Villarreal and multiple people had been talking about the MF Doom Supreme drop that came out today.
Mm-hmm.
And Ralph was talking about it yesterday. I know he had some bots and stuff. He rented a bot, came out of retirement, put a little 2-piece on him this morning.
Yeah, just testing it.
But
just testing it, he said.
But I got on there, like I said, I actually got the notification from Soul Retriever, an app that Ralph and I kind of been testing recently. But it took me straight to the Supreme website, and like I said, I was able to manual one of the MF Doom large hoodies today. And at one point in time, they were selling for almost double.
Yeah.
And it went back down to about $270, $280, which
still
not a little $90 profit for basically just tearing one shipping label off and putting on another is not too bad.
Yeah, and they were extremely limited though.
I think they're going to go up. I think
it's one of those
ones where I don't think that there's any doubt that especially that green, that olive green one.
The green one, yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why I missed that one. My brain was like, black's going to be the long term.
Same here.
But the way
the green is easy. That's his outfit, And
you got 2 box logo shirts, Doom shirts, right?
Yeah, the Black Doom, and that's the same thing. My thinking was black is always usually what I go with for Supreme, and XL or double XL is what usually sells for Supreme as far as tees. Yeah,
that's hilarious.
XL,
it used to be medium.
Medium is they produce more of the mediums. XL and double XL is what they produce less of. But like I was telling 70, or was I telling you, Ferd? I wouldn't be shocked in a couple years. You look at prices for those tees and hoodies, and they're just stupid price, like 500 for the hoodie, 300 for the tee, something like that.
Right. Yeah, because it's iconic.
Those are good ones to gamble on. I mean, worst case scenario, you got. I mean, I'm a Doom fan.
Yeah.
I mean, Vaudeville VV1 and 2 are obviously some of the greatest independent hip hop albums of all time, from Rhyme Production, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
I know it's different eras, but
King Ghidorah.
It's a good era too. But the whole thing about it is, I'm a Doom fan, so worst case scenario, I got a legit. I mean, I'm way too old. Don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna be wearing it. But
no, you can pull that off. That's Supreme.
No, that's what I was thinking. Like if when I go to New York later in the month for the
there you go.
You know what I mean? I show up, that motherfucker, people are gonna know. But
are they gonna know?
Hello, fellow kids.
This guy got just enough gray in his hair. You might be crazy. But you know what I mean? That's the worst case scenario. Is I wear it. I wear a cool hoodie, and in a good case scenario, it continues to go up in value. It's one of those ones, and like Ralph said, 4 or 5 years, you fucking trade it in for a G-Bo and call it a night.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I remember where I was. That's my favorite thing about the botting, and during the pandemic was the wins. It was amazing when your bot hit, like when you'd get a notification or whatever it may be, that all the work, all the meticulous details that you put in to get this bot to work correctly and beat all these other people that were literally trying to play the same game you are. That satisfaction was amazing. And then you throw in the fact most of the time that you can make money off of it. I'm telling you, it was one of those. I was an adrenaline junkie for a year and a half just because of that. Because every day, one of your cook group pages you were in, they had 2 or 3 cooks, a flashlight or a fucking ketchup dispenser. And it's just amazing what flips in the world. Things you wouldn't even think about. Like those pins. You remember those pins? Remember those pins that were so popular? He was an artist, and he'd always have those pins.
I remember the flutes. Remember those? Or was it like a Tesla flute or something?
Yeah, I got one. Yeah, dude, the whistle, cyber whistle.
Yeah, the whistle.
I remember those.
Dude, it's like, what the fuck?
Dude, I remember that. I still got 2 bottles of the tequila just sitting here chilling.
I think you should just sit on those.
I'm going to. I mean, liquor's hard to sell at all, but at the same point in time,
can't you sell? You wouldn't be able to sell it to like a bar or something?
Honestly, it's one of those things where I'm completely content and calling it out in 20 years and see what they're going for, and seeing what the deal is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you imagine like the inaugural first couple years? Ford had like a fucking whiskey or something like that, and you had a bottle of that all these years later, you're probably not doing too bad.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I got an idea, and I need to run it by you. Like I said, there's 7 people here, so it's not like everyone's gonna fucking steal it. Now, it might be different in California, but up and down I-40 and I-35 cross Dead Mill in Oklahoma City. Those are the 2 main thoroughfares in the United States: north, east, west, south, the whole 9 yards. There has not been an electric vehicle gas station yet. I've seen them don't get me wrong, I've seen them have a couple pumps, but why hasn't someone come up almost like a truck, like a Love style or something? Because here's those things: those electric cars, 30, 45, hour and a half to charge, depending on what models, etc. If you had a bunch of spaces with a bunch of chargers, and then you had like a Buc-ee's type situation with tons of food, entertainment, maybe even a fucking movie theater, etc., etc., do you think that that's going to be the future in 5 or 6 years? And if so, why hasn't anybody done one yet?
I mean, like, well, go ahead, Ralph. You probably have more experience with that than me.
Is there anything like that in California?
I mean, they have them at malls. Are you talking about electric chargers? People usually, like, I have a buddy that goes to it. Like, if he needs to charge his Tesla, he just goes to the mall, leaves it there charging. He goes to the movies, goes to have dinner, something like that, comes back to it, and then he leaves. They have that out here. I mean, is that kind of what you were?
No, but I mean, something like that, but almost like, like off the interstate, they have this big giant gas stations.
I haven't seen anything like that out here.
Over here, like on the east side, when you drive east, because everyone goes east for the summer, they have them next to like either a grocery store or like a McDonald's / Subway / like mini mart and gas station.
They don't even have that out for electrical cars. They don't have that.
That's what I don't understand is it's cumbersome to get off the highway still with an electric vehicle. So I'm thinking if you were to almost be the first one to come up with a chain, figure it out, because like I said, if it takes, you'll figure out how long certain vehicles need to take to charge, and then figure out what foods, have arcades, have things like that will keep people entertained, spending money for that 45 minutes or an hour and a half they're there. Have it close by off the highway where they get right back on. How does that fail? I don't know. Yeah. You could probably get subsidies out the ass from the fucking city and the state from putting in something like that as well. So I'm gonna start looking into that a little bit.
They should have them out here, but I have not seen anything like that.
Yeah, I just always see them like next to because it takes like 20 to 30 minutes to charge a car. It's always next to some like gas station or some type of eatery or bathroom place where you can get a coffee or something,
Man, that's I think it could work depending on locations and things like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know why I needed to bounce that off of you. I should have bounced it off the fucking financial show yesterday.
You're good, man. Thanks for showing up. Just a couple pre-orders. Ralph's kind of got me on this like buy shit on Amazon and wait till it comes out type thing.
That's the way.
It's the way to do it. Someone on Instagram sent this Gran Turismo steelbook to me, and I thought it'd be just cool to pair it up with the game, magazine, strategy guide, what have you, and like grade them all together. But it comes out in October if you're interested in it. I don't know. Have you guys seen the Gran Turismo movie? Or are you interested in seeing it?
No, I haven't seen it.
That's one of those ones where I'll watch that shit when it hits HBO Max. Yeah. I mean, legitimately, like I kind of want to see it, but not enough to spend the money to go see it in its current state.
Yeah. Well, this is the new one, the one that they've been advertising, right?
Yeah, this is the one.
The kid who wins the virtual reality. Right?
Yeah, it's like a true story and all that stuff. It's intriguing.
Is it really based on a true story?
Based on a true. It says it on there on the fucking.
Yeah, it's based on a true story.
Ralph. It says it on the cover, man. You gotta believe it.
Yeah, but it could be,
No, it's a heart-pounding adrenaline.
I Wikipedia'd it, dude. It's a true story. And then Terrifier 2 just in time for Halloween.
I have the VHSs of these.
Dude, have you guys seen this movie? I had to stop it. It was too gory for me.
Let me grab it.
It was too much, but it's got a weird cult following. I just figured it'd be like a cool thing to maybe spec on, pick up a couple copies. I did end up getting the steelbook this week for the new Miles movie that just came out. It's at Best Buy if you're interested in getting that. It's like $35.
Yeah.
I bought a couple copies of
See
it.
that?
So.
Do you remember when I put this link in the Discord last October, September?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
out of 100. There's only 100 of these.
Yeah.
What's it going for right now?
I have
Probably
no idea.
Probably a lot, man. It has such a cult following, and it's just so damn gory. But anyway, just food for thought there, guys.
No, thank you.
You enjoy it for 78.
You might enjoy it.
I mean, if you like
pretty
horror
damn gory.
movies.
I'm a scaredy cat.
Yeah, I think Trey and Ralph will like this or that segment. I don't know about 78, but all right, you got $100. Newsy, New Mutants 109.8 for $100, or Jason Dominguez, Bowman,
El Marciano.
El Marciano. All right.
Did you guys see when he did the ET phone home thing?
No.
You didn't see that?
Fuck
They gave him
no.
a roll. They gave him a roll call in the bleachers, and he gave him a shout out, and he did the ET phone home.
No. Dude.
Yeah.
That's so sick. Oh, God. He's a
and then
marketer's dream. He's a marketer's dream.
After the game, he's like, I've never seen that movie, but he knows that ET does that.
He's never. Oh my god.
Well, he's like 20 years old, right? Or he's not even 20. Wait, is
Yeah,
he
I think
20?
he's 20.
Just turned
Jesus
22,
Christ.
20 and like 200 and some odd. You know how I can do that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Here we got. This is Jason Dominguez.
Oh, let's
name.
go, Ferd.
CIB 8.0 original Turtles, or a Jason Dominguez Sapphire PSA 10.
Sapphire PSA 10.
Yeah.
The thing about it though is that the potential for growth on that CIB Turtles doesn't have the same ceiling as that Jason Dominguez does, because if that kid goes on to have a 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 year in an MLB career, you know, without injuries, knock on wood, all that shit, those I mean, this could be a monster. There's a lot of them, but it could be worth so much more than that Turtles. And here's the thing: you could break it. You know, you could fucking Mickey Mantle it and tear his knee tomorrow.
I know.
And worth absolutely nothing. That Turtles is gonna be looking good, but
Yeah.
Gambling man in me says the Jason Dominguez.
Yeah. I texted you guys. I was trying to get this for like a buck and a quarter for like ever, and I kept missing it by like $2 or $3. I'm like kicking myself right now, but whatever. It is what it is.
We calling him Jason D now?
I just
like
put it
that.
in for short, but
Jason
yeah.
D? No homo.
No. So
yeah, I didn't say it.
So it's funny. It's funny, Ralph. You put, you're talking about. So I wonder if that that article is in that SI Olympics that you were talking about earlier with the New Balance shoe. It's just food for thought. But this one 7.0 went for $1,500, and again we got Jason Dominguez autograph spec. It's a spec auto. I think they're, what are they, number 2, Ralph?
$299.
This the one you got, Ralph?
No, that's not mine.
I was gonna say I ain't voting for it because Ralph got it.
No, but they're not. That actually went for like 2.8 yesterday or 2.9, something like that, past couple of days. So it's gone up since obviously the whole mania. But when it was, there was one that went under 1K. Like
really?
Maybe like 3-4 weeks ago. I was like,
oh my god,
I would have bought that.
Dude, if you see the amount of unopened 2020 Bowman wax that I have, you will shit your fucking pants.
There's like,
you probably have a Jason.
The 101 Jason Dominguez.
I got 3 of the unopened boxes of the first. Remember when they pulled that bullshit with the first edition?
Yeah.
I got 3 boxes of that. I have probably 40 mega boxes. Probably say 40, 50 blasters. The amount of 2020 Bowman Chrome. If that class keeps doing what it's doing with all the rookies,
Yeah, you got him. You got Colt Keith. You have
Muncie.
Thomas Sagasi.
Bobby Witt Jr.
There you go. That class is.
Max Muncie's in that class too, right?
No, I think Max Muncie is. I think he's 2022. With you're talking about the athletics, right?
Yeah.
I think he's 2022. 2020 is, like Trey said, Bobby Witt, Thomas Sagasi, Colt Keith. I think I'm missing somebody else. Jason Dominguez is in there too, but it's a good class.
Yeah, it's a really good class. All right, last but not least.
Oh, Evan Carter. He just got called up. He's in 2020 Bowman too.
Evan
Oh,
Carter.
easy.
I didn't even heard of that Marvel World Class playset, but I just like the way it presented, and then Appalisa too with the manuals. Shit cracks me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that Appalisa too.
Absolutely, count me in for the Appalisa.
Have you guys ever heard of that Marvel World playset before?
I don't know what that is. What
yeah,
the hell is that?
I've
never
heard of
have
it
either.
before because there was a playset a couple years ago that kind of had echoes of this.
Oh, okay. I just thought it presented cool, but yeah, I'd
Yeah,
go with
it's
the
cool,
Appalisa
man.
for sure.
It's cool. You know, I like my dioramas. That's cool.
Yeah. That you appreciate that.
Yeah.
And that's our show. That's our show here, fellas. Good stuff. Sorry we didn't have that much FOC today, but no, I'm just kidding, everybody.
Bowman 2022, or I'm sorry, 23 Chrome checklist. I'm just gonna give you one guy real quick. Samuel Basalo, with the Orioles. I know everybody's talking about Ethan Salas, but from this Bowman Chrome, he might be the guy that comes out as the top prospect.
I'll give you another name.
Are you gonna tell me filling in?
Yeah,
he has no. He's got no plate appearances. So I think he's
his YouTube freaking highlights are amazing. His batting practice is amazing.
He's that guy. That guy there, Jackson Holiday.
Jackson Holiday, dude. He got called up to AAA. Is that right?
He's gonna continue to mash, and they're gonna call him up the last 2 weeks of the season if the Orioles are able to sneak in on the wild card because they expand the roster.
He'll be the opening day shortstop, I think.
I don't think you have been wrong yet.
It's insane, man. Have you guys been keeping up on like the first round draft class of this year? Like,
everybody has been crushing. Cole Emerson, is it Cole Emerson? He's with the Mariners. He's been going nuts.
Yeah.
Trey's boy White Langford, he's been going nuts too.
Ty Pete hit 2 grand slams in one game. He's another shortstop we drafted.
Yeah.
Scanes is fucking absolutely lighting it up. I mean, Dylan Cruz has already been promoted once.
Nice.
I like that.
That's really cool, man.
You know these Honda Monkey bikes?
Dope as hell. All right, fellas. Well, that's our show for today. Thanks, everyone, we got 9 strong. We had 11 at one point. Thanks, everyone, for supporting
the OGs in the chat.
The OGs in the chat. We'll see you next week. Y'all have a great end of your week. Take care.